We're talking to Todd Parasini. He's got some property that's for sale here in the Okanagan Valley. Todd, maybe you can just tell us a bit about what you have.
Well, first of all, location. We are on the west side of Okanagan Lake, right across the lake from Vernon BC. We are in a rural area, about 25 minutes from Walmart, Vernon. We're in a community that has 500 lots. There's 275 houses already built. And all of the lots are serviced with paved roads, high-speed internet, water, power, cable TV, and everybody, as in many parts of British Columbia, put a septic field on their property. I've got about 15 lots for sale. All of our lots have a lake view. The size of the lot varies. Each one of these 15 lots has a different character and a different size, but in general they are 2 or 3 times larger than a city lot, and they're very comfortable. You can build quite a large home on them if you wish. We're in a beautiful treed area. As you can see, the trees, mostly it's fir trees, so it's very, very green out here compared to south of Kelowna, where the trees start disappearing and the rocks are more prevalent. We also have one spectacular 3-acre parcel. It's got a $1 million lake view and a beautiful big flat building site that'll accommodate one high-end home. It's got special zoning privileges that allow a variety of different small business ventures. It's currently listed at $770,000, and if you'd like more information on it, you can go to the 3-acre parcel section of this website.
Todd, what type of people are buying in your area?
Well, I've been selling property out here since 1989, and 90% of the people that have bought in this area are people that are planning retirement. Some of them are planning 2 or 3 years ahead of time. Some of them are planning 15 years ahead of time. And that brings to mind a very important sales feature about this area. There's no time limit to build. Most of the subdivisions that you would buy in nowadays, you have a 1 or 2 year time limit in which to build. You've got to build in many cases with the developer. In this subdivision, you can be your own builder, you can be your own general contractor, and you can design your own home. It has to meet the BC building code, but there's a lot more freedom in what you can do than in most other places.
Todd, you've already said that 90% of your buyers are looking for retirement here in the Okanagan. What about the other 10%?
Well, Gail, the other 10% are younger people, and in a nutshell, they're younger people who are conscious of the benefits of buying real estate, investing in real estate, younger people who are managing their money and looking a little bit more responsibly into the future. Many of the young people that we have nowadays are spending and borrowing on depreciating assets, and they're not building anything in their lives. So there's younger people also nowadays that are living in the Okanagan Valley, and they're working up north, and they're flying back and forth or driving back and forth to fairly good paying jobs in the north.
Todd, you say you're willing to carry financing for some of the buyers. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Yes. Well, first of all, my wife and I own this property clear title, and we're very flexible, unlike the banks. Nowadays, the bank wants 50% down minimum and prime plus 3% for raw land. We're willing to let people in with a lower down payment, and we're willing to carry financing at a better rate than the bank. Generally, the way we feel is this: you, the buyer, have a limit on the down payment money you've got available. You, the buyer, have a limit on the monthly payment you've got available. So we've got to work within your limits. So basically, I hear what you have to say as far as your comfortable down payment, your comfortable monthly payment, and I got to try to make something work within that limit. We're going to carry at a rate of about 4%. I don't like to carry financing for less than what I'm currently borrowing at, which right now is 4%. We don't have any payout penalties. We don't have any fancy charges. It's a nice, clean way to carry financing, and I think you'll find it's pretty easy to deal with when it comes to that.
Todd, what is your motive for selling this property?
Well, I've got a couple of motives. First of all, I've been selling property out here for about 25 years. I'm 63 years old. My wife and I own an apartment building with a mortgage on it, and we want to sell the property so we can pay off the mortgage and retire, like you guys. The other thing is I'm a singer-songwriter and also a writer of books. And I'm wanting to make a major transition in my life where I put my time, energy, and money into music and into publishing. So those are my reasons.
Todd, what's the most important thing you could say to people who are considering coming out to the Okanagan and making the move?
The most important thing I could say is you won't be wasting your time. I've been selling property out here for 25 years, like I said. I've sold 600 lots on this side of the lake, in this area, in that period of time. But during that period of time, I have hand-picked the best lots available for my own personal retirement nest egg. Now, I've gone through about 50 or 60 pieces of property in my name now, and I'm down to my last 15. And I've saved the best property that I've ever owned, that the developer ever owned, right till the end. Every one of my lots is a precious piece of property. And that's the most important thing I could say to you. You won't be wasting your time. Now, why is it the best piece of property? Anybody could say that. I've got a list of 11 items that determine the quality and price of a good piece of property out here. On the prairies, you don't have 11 items because everything's flat. You got, is it a corner lot and how big is it, and that's about it. Out here, you've got Lakeview. First of all, your number one priority is Lakeview, and that can adjust your property considerably. In Vernon or Kelowna, for a great Lakeview, you can spend up to $200,000 extra just for that Lakeview. A Lakeview like this I've got out here, I can put you into a lot with a Lakeview like this at around $160,000. Okay? The next item is the quality of the building site. Is it a flat building site? Is it going to cost you a lot of extra money to build on it? Third thing would be the access to the building site. Just how does your driveway look? Is it too steep? If it's not steep enough, do you have back lane access? Some lots have it, some don't. There's privacy factors, there's trees, there's sun, there's power poles, power lines. There's 11 different factors. And all of my lots have 10 or 11 of these factors that have been hand selected. They're just wonderful pieces of property, each and every one of them. I realize it takes a lot of effort to buy property. I realize it from my own experience. And I realize and respect the time it's going to take you to come out here to look at my property. Now, I live out here in the subdivision. We love it. We're not going anywhere. And so it's very convenient for me to show property. My office is in the home here. I work 7 days a week, and I can work around your time schedule to make sure that when you're out here, we can put it together and make sure that the job is done with the most efficiency possible. There's another very important reason for coming out here and looking at property now, and it's all in the timing. Most of you know about the real estate cycles and how they move and bend and twist. The Okanagan market has been very, very stable since the stock market crash, but things are beginning to heat up in the Vancouver Lower Mainland, where half of our buyers anyways come from. The prices are going crazy there, and people have very expensive houses that they can sell and build here for much, much less money, and they're starting to pour into Kelowna already. The other thing that is very notable is the demographics of the baby boomers. The Okanagan niche market is primarily people who are retiring here, and that means baby boomers. And right now in Western Canada, somewhere in the neighborhood of 35% of the population are baby boomers, and they are all getting very, very close to retirement. And it's all going to happen, folks, all at once. And I think the timing is now to get in at yesterday's prices. So once you've decided that this is a serious option for you, looking at property here in the Okanagan, then I strongly recommend that you browse through my website. It's got some very pertinent information on there. It's well organized, and I've thought about you and your questions when I put it together. So hopefully you'll enjoy everything I've provided for you. As a final note, this area of the southern interior of British Columbia, comparing apples to apples, the best value for property is right here on the west side of Okanagan Lake, across from Vernon. We are primarily an undiscovered area, beautiful as it is. It's an undiscovered area. Many of you have probably never driven down West Side Road. And we're also a rural area. We are 25 minutes from Walmart Vernon, so naturally prices are going to be cheaper than downtown Vernon. But all said and done, you will not be able to beat the prices for this fine property anywhere in BC.
Todd, what do you recommend that people do if they want to come out and see your properties?
Well, the first thing is to call me. Nice thing about this type of an arrangement, there's no realtor in between. You, the buyer, are dealing directly with me. There's enough on the website and on this video to give you everything you need to know until actually standing on the dirt and seeing how you feel out here. Now, I realize the kind of effort it takes to come from wherever you live, and when you get out here, you want to make efficient use of your time, especially if you're taking some vacation time together with it. And I live right here in the community where the property's for sale. I'm here 7 days a week, more or less, and we meet at my house, and then I can quickly show you the property. I can show you where the property pegs are and all of this kind of stuff, different suggestions on how to build and whatnot, and thereby utilizing your time quite effectively.